Welcome to another Sunday reset. I'm gonna start with the kitchen. I'm gonna be so transparent with y'all. My environmental burnout has gotten so bad to the point of indigestion. I'm so sorry if I look absolutely just not cute right now. But my environmental burnout has gotten so bad that I get so agitated when I'm trying to clean the house, make it better. But I'm constantly, and I don't know, maybe it's like a nesting thing. But when it pisses me off when a cabinet door is like left open and when I'm trying to clean and like I bump the side of my head on something. I'm like, it shouldn't make me as angry as it does, but because I'm experiencing like an environmental burnout, it's like I just want to throw away the whole house. Like I'm so serious, and it sounds so dramatic, but that's just how I feel. One section clean. This is the first time ever that my little 2-year-old is taking a nap at her original nap time, so I'm beyond ecstatic because now I can watch a little TV and rest, and that's something that I haven't been able to do lately is get a little rest. So I'm gonna find a little show to watch and just relax. We played for like 45 minutes outside, and I guess that helped because she fell asleep right at her nap time, and we haven't had like any form of a routine in a while. Like this was like a routine like a long time ago, but now, all of a sudden it's Sunday, we back on routine, so, time to relax. We took a nap. I watched a little bit of a Netflix special. We are sort of kind of like back on routine, not exactly, but right now I really need to kind of speed clean, get a little bit more done in the nursery, and see what else I can get done. 4:46 on to the next box to clean out. One box empty, ready to store stuff, obviously in an organized way now. I have this much done. Just put away another box, and it is time for a shower. Much needed. I just had a snack and took my vitamins. So the indigestion is intense right now because I took them really late in the evening. But it didn't matter. Didn't miss a day, so I am ready for a nap because I just feel like I'm ready for a nap. And that's just what my body needs right now. It's a nap. Good morning. I haven't really been that active on my TikTok recently, and I think it kind of makes people concerned that I'm not active on TikTok recently. But the reason is I'm just uncomfortable. I'm just uncomfortable, and I don't have like the energy to create, recently, you guys, and I'm sorry I haven't been that active on social media lately. But anyways, I'm 37 weeks. I turned 37 weeks yesterday. This is just the update. Lots of Braxton Hicks. Everybody experiences, Braxton Hicks differently. Mine, I know the difference between contractions and Braxton Hicks. Braxton Hicks for me is, it's not, is that for me, my Braxton Hicks are different, you guys. Mine are like mine are more like down here. And I'm assuming that's just because baby's low. I think baby's low, at least. Sometimes, like, it don't look like he dropped, but I definitely think so, because my Braxton hips are more like down here, and it feels more like him bearing down and him ready to come out any day. There's Snowball, and they just get like really tight, like right in here. It only lasts about like 30 seconds, you know, not painful, just uncomfortable, really. The hardest part for me is because, you know, we feel very low, is that my house is a disaster, and since I have a 2-year-old who's, well, we tried routine for a while, and the thing is, at the age of 2, routine's just not gonna happen. And if routine happens for you, I guess you deserve a cookie or something, because routine does not happen in this household. As much as I've tried multiple times, it just doesn't work. So we don't really have one, but that's the hardest part, is like seeing, you know, the mess of the house. And it's like, well, there's only so much I can get done in a day, and I don't know how much stuff I'm going to get done before my due date, truthfully. Good morning, YouTube. It's currently 4:30 in the morning. My 2-year-old woke up at 4:30 in the morning. Why? I don't know. Happy Monday. Something that I've learned about myself is that I have to have some, you know, don't matter what's going on with my day-to-day schedule, don't matter what I have going on, don't matter if my whole entire household is awake and going chaotic, I have to have some form of downtime. I have to, because I have, like, I'm just one of those households that have like a chaotic household, and if I don't have at least a little bit of downtime, which, you know, was the point of my self-care closet, I will literally go ballistic. But it's because, like, you know, my brain constantly feels like there's too many tabs open, and it's like I work so hard to get the house, you know, in like organized, just for it to be destroyed, just for us to wake up at 4:30 in the morning, not by choice. It, you know, sometimes you can force structure all you want to, force routine all you want to, have, you know, clean your house 24/7, but if you do that, if you clean your house 24/7, you will be living on your hands and knees, you know, living on it, you know, like, and that would just cause you to go, you know, insane. So I have to have some form of, like, downtime to keep from going ballistic. And I'm in therapy. Like, I take good care of my mental health. Like, I'm in therapy. Does therapy work recently? No. But, you know, that's because, you know, sometimes it's not you. Sometimes it's what goes on around you, and there's nothing you can do about that. I started reading a little bit this morning, or I forced myself to. So I set a timer for like 5 minutes. 5 minutes, and that's how you schedule in downtime. Like, even if the, you know, even though if you have chaos going on around you, 5 minutes. 5 minutes for that brain to calm down. So this morning, even though we all awake at 4:30 in the morning, I don't know why. Trust me, if I could do something about it, I would, but sometimes you just can't. And, you know, so I set a timer to a side. I'm like, okay, I'm a little bit of the, you know, I'm a little bit on the, you know, overstimulated side. So, you know, which, to be fair, if there's chaos at 4:30 in the morning, and I know I'm not alone on that, yes, you know, if you've been awake for 2 hours, nobody's getting sleepy, there's chaos, yes, put the timer on for 5 minutes, read your book, girl, it's fine, everything's fine, nothing's going to fall apart, other than the chaos around you, but you can fix that later. So I set up, you know, 5 minutes. I said, I'm just going to read for 5 minutes. 5 minutes. And I forced myself to read for 5 minutes. So I started a new book this morning, Truth About, you know, I think it's let me see, what is it called? Oh, The Truth About Forever by Sarah Dessen. That was like my OG back in high school. My favorite author of all time, it was Sarah Dessen. I was like this huge reader in high school. All I did was read. I didn't want to have a social life, which was pretty ironic because I was a cheerleader back in the day, so you would think that I would have like a, you know, solid social life. But no, I just wanted to, you know, stay to myself and read. You know, everyone thought, you know, I was rude or like struggling with my mental health, but you like what you like, and some people, you know, they look like they're outgoing, they look like they, you know, are wild, but deep down they're just like a book nerd, which was what, you know, I was in that category. So, you know, I have like 5 books in progress right now. And I swore I was never going to be that person to read multiple books at a time to keep from getting like it's overstimulated with my reads. But surprisingly, I'm not overstimulating because I know what's going on in one book, know what's going on, you know, in another. And I'm, you know, I've become that person that's like, wow, I can read multiple books at a time and understand it and read quickly. However, I don't think that I'm going to reach my Goodreads goal because of my schedule is just not scheduling this year, and I can't, you know, make a lot of time for stuff other than, you know, more than 5 minutes. So, you know, I have 5 books in progress, but unfortunately I haven't, you know, met my, you know, reading goal because I've only read like 3 books this year, which is low for me. Lower than low for me. But I've read 3 and they were pretty long. Maybe I should have picked, you know, shorter reads to like reach my goal, but you know, 3 is 3. And, you know, I'm not content on 3, but I finished 3. And I have 51 days left in the year. Do I think I'm going to reach my reading goal? No, not this year. I am going to try to sit down and finish at least the rest of the episode of the show I'm watching and hope, you know, things kind of calm down the rest of the day, and I'll check back in soon. Currently Monday. Currently, I have the right setting on. Okay, I thought I had my time lapse on, but currently almost 7:30 in the morning. We're still awake and feral after waking up at 4:30 in the morning. So we're going to put away more laundry. If only you could see this disaster fiasco sitting in front of me. I'll show it to you. You're probably like, Bessie, what happened? I didn't look like that yesterday. Things happen. Let's just try to put it away and try to like tire everybody out if we can. I'm hoping, you know, nap time is around the corner maybe, and we're starting to like tire ourselves out. I did make some like warm food for the both of us this morning. This kind of it's like, y'all, this weather change has been absolutely insane. So I made some warm food. I made breakfast a little bit earlier this morning to kind of like comfort, hope, you know, we're all fed and content in that area. So now we're going to put away laundry. We finally taken a nap and I can finally watch a movie. I am 37 weeks pregnant, and these are my must-haves for me. So first things first, I know, you know, many say, you know, oh, I, you know, can't see me wearing maternity pants. Me, I love them. They don't bother me. If anything, it helps with the pelvic pressure that I have. So this little band, trust me, I've humbled myself and worn maternity pants, and it does not bother me. Second thing is my self-care closet right here. When you're 37 weeks pregnant, you're exhausted. It's time to utilize all the self-care essentials that you can do. This is what it looks like. I've been building for a while now. I know it's not organized, but you know, I call it the self-care hobbies closet. Catch me on if you pull up my profile on Lemonade, or I do occasionally post my self-care empties on there rather than hoarding them in the closet like unfortunately many people do. So I post my empties on there um, for those that want to check it out. My next favorite thing is I decided recently, because I have a 2-year-old and I am still an active fan of the diaper genies. I decided I wanted to swap out my diaper genie for an Ubi, kind of like a diaper genie, but I guess it is a form of a diaper genie, but it's called the Ubi, and I love it because it's so much bigger than the regular, just you know, diaper genie that I did have. It's so much bigger, and then if you had like empty, self care products. My last diaper genie, it didn't hold anything, and like when I had empties, I had to walk all the way across the house to throw something away because I didn't have like a big enough trash can to put it in. But the Ubi is like a big enough side that you can just slide it open and just throw away whatever empties you have as well. I am dressed. I feel rejuvenated because we took a long nap after we finally wound down this morning. So we took a morning nap finally. I'm dressed. I feel rejuvenated. I have a fully charged phone now. I watched a movie. I fell asleep during the movie, but that's fine. I needed the nap. I needed the rest. I deserve rest. Anyways, happy Monday. I'm gonna edit this and get my Monday on.